Hello guys, hope you had an awesome week. It's Friday, it's finally the end of the week. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about the common mistake most hodlers make. We all do that. Don't take profit enough, don't have enough to buy the dip, and vice versa. A lot of these typical mistakes we're going to go through, and I'm basically going to show you how you should how you should adjust your expectations to try and get you into a position where you literally cannot make these stupid mistakes that we normally do. We've been saying sell, 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 sell for the last month and a half, and we had breakout trades and stuff like that. And now that the market is really bearish, there's nobody here. Where's all the bulls? They've gone away. So it's a typical bottom. Nobody wants to buy the bottom. The alts have really retraced quite considerably hard. So some of them are looking horrendous, and no, everybody's gone. They're gone. So let's not make those mistakes. If you want to see, do me a solid, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and then let's get into this. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to bring up a Bitcoin chart because Bitcoin is the biggest catalyst for how the market works, whether it's bullish or bearish. And what I want to show to you guys is this. Keep it simple. When it comes to your hodl bags. As long as Bitcoin stays above the 23.6 fib level, I mean, that's it. From the bear market bottom to where we are now, you're bullish. That's it. You don't need to do anything other than that. As long as that happens, you need to be bullish, which means our altcoins can go through its own little small emotional market cycle, and they have. Some of them already down 61% from their previous highs. But it just supports the fact that Bitcoin, and now I've misplaced my chart. There you go. Bitcoin is not ready to just blow up just yet. Our alt season is not quite ready to blow up just yet. But the dominance is giving us, look at this. It's giving us everything, small little clues that it's about to happen. So it's your time to not overthink these things in the sense. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Simple, we're above the 23.6. You can see every time price goes in there, and this is a weekly time frame, we don't stay here for long. It immediately gets grabbed up. There's a lot of dynamic interest in the market. Now, dynamic interest is when there's people buying with market executed orders. Why? Because price moves. It doesn't hang around in that area. Static is limit orders. Dynamic is market executed orders. It leaves a wick on a candle as opposed to a limit order. Okay, so this is something that's really big, and you guys need to take note of that. So don't end up tripping over yourself and losing out on these alts like you did, or like some of you guys did way back. This was a time where things were really bearish. Ethereum was down. How much was Ethereum down? Ethereum was down 20%. Now it looks like a really good buy zone. Very few bought it there. Ethereum went up 100%. It's down 50% from that, but the entire move, Ethereum is down, let's have a look, 30%. Typical bear market retraces. So, yes, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at the bottom of a lateral range, guys. It's a bullish Bitcoin. You need to be bullish on these alts. You need to grab them. Now, let me show you some of these alts. Let me show you and show you a few things out, what to do and how to avoid being left behind, because we tend to want to have too much surety when this happens. I want to make sure it's not bullish because I've burnt my fingers, I bought the bloody top, and then we end up sitting out of the move. So when we eventually sell, we don't buy back when it goes higher and so forth. So I want to take you through a few coins, and these ones are coins that I feel got really high potential for us to do just that, give us some really good gains on the next push. But before I do that, let me quickly say hi to you guys in the chat joining in live. We've got Arpit. Hello, buddy. Teach us the Gone fib. That's for the Discord, my friend. And yes, I do smash the likes. Hello, Mr. Complicated Singleton. Good day from New York. Hello. And then Tragic Garlic, interesting name. Hello from Zurich. I'm watching from my desk at work, but who cares? It's Friday. Yes, who cares? It's Friday. Well, let's continue on. So, what do I want to do? I want to highlight a few points that I think is really highly, it's got really good, risk-reward ratios for us. First one, 1 inch. Now, what is 1 inch? It's a DEX coin. Okay, so there is still accumulation. So if I look at this one at this stage is doing the following. Okay, we've changed our character. So we went from a downwards trending coin to our first higher high. Okay, now we lateral range. And the hope was that this is going to break out and go to the moon. And it hasn't. It's still range bound. So if something's range bound, what should you do? Keep it simple. Don't fall over yourself. Don't overthink things. Treat it like a range. Okay, so say be bullish at the bottom, be bearish at the top. I gave you guys this week, as when we sold off, I said, listen, 50% of the wick. The reality is, with where we are now, we could potentially go and test that yellow line again, 36 cents for 1 inch. And the payday that this thing has, and this is the TP1, 700%. That's a really good payday, guys. It's a buy that you're going to buy when bottoms look bearish. The bearisher they are, the better. Okay, everything about this is bearish. Bull bear grade is bearish. Alt season's out of the way, and we've taken insanely good profit on some of these alts. So it's time to redeploy. Simple as that. Okay, so 1 inch is the first one. Then 3PU. Okay, 1,400%. Liquidity trap there, guys. Same thing. It's in the buy zone. Grab it. Don't miss out on this. Another one, AAVE. Now remember, this is not from a technical analysis. This is from not from a fundamental analysis, technical analysis point of view. Look at AAVE. It's at the top of the range. So if you think about this and you do this and say, well, there's the lateral range. This is a sign of strength. We're trying to stay above this range. So for all intents and purposes, we're going through the markup phase. We're there. All this still needs to happen. We've not done this. We're there. It doesn't look bullish there, guys. If it was as simple as this little schematic, everybody would be millionaires. Okay, we're there. So you need to take risk. Taking a position means taking risk. Take that risk. Okay. Next one. And it's as soon as I touch this one, it always freezes. It's in the buy zone, guys. Hidden bullish divergence is being formed. Well, it's already actually formed in the buy zone. Look at where this thing's going to go. Look at this. It's a flat little line. Our initial TP, I'm going to try and smash it there in the middle of the box. There we go. There you go. 2,000%. Simple. You can TP1 conservatively there at 1,800. That's a lot of gains here, guys. Come on, it's a simple play. It has to be so simple. Simple as that. You don't need to make it as hard as it is. Now, if you want more, there's always more. I did a whole set of them this morning in the Discord. And for you guys, as I always say, today's video is actually brought to us by Prime. You can get a free deal with Prime. Open your Prime account today, deposit it with $2,000, 5 or 10, depends on how many months you would want to try and have access to everything. So they pay the subscription. You don't pay it. They pay it. You get it for free. All you need to do is just deposit the funds. You don't even need to trade it. Okay, while you're waiting for the dips. Okay, and that basically unlocks the Discord, gives you access to all these things. This is today's investment report video. And we also did a little educational video on the back of that. So that's a brand new video that just dropped. So make sure to go and get in that. Thank you to Prime for making this happen for you guys. Remember, the goal is always this. I'm not trying to get this. I'm trying to give you guys scenarios where it doesn't come out of pocket. Simple as that. It's a little bit of effort from your side, and it doesn't come out of your own pocket. That's the key to this. Okay. Right. Now, let's move on to the remainder of the alts. It is Friday. I don't feel like we want to be doing too much TA or too much crazy stuff. So maybe let's head over to the comments and see what you guys are holding. Is there anything that you guys have that's underwater considerably? And then we can maybe have a look at that. And there's Mr. Nelson saying, what's up? You survived another week. Yes, we survived another week, Mr. Nelson. Ashton Paul, How do you do, my friend? And how long do you think this choppy range will last? This is a really good question and something I wanted to discuss with you guys. So our trading for the week, I think Monday we were 50% accurate. One fail, one loss. And then Tuesday came, Wednesday came. And I had a failed trade there and a failed trade there. 2 stops in a row. Just like that. I hate it when it happens. I don't like to be wrong. I always say it's not about being right, but I damn well don't like to be wrong. So we had a breakout short. We had a long there. And at the moment, this was the short play that I was waiting for. So I posted this, I think, at around 2 a.m. this morning. I was up trying to say to the guys, not there. I did it in the chat. 2 a.m. looking to short this zone. So I dropped the post in there. Said, listen, guys, we need to try and look for the short because we were going to get strong bearish divergence. Okay, so that's there. And we did get strong bearish divergence. For those that don't know, you can see there's closing price higher, bring in the RSI. You can see there's a lower price on the RSI. So as soon as we fall below that line, you're good to go. You want to short something. Okay, but the problem that we have is the bulls climb the steps. The bears jump out of the window. So historically, if you look at the schematic, the journey that takes you to hope and optimism of a bull cycle is a very long, slow grind with a lot of ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. It's only right at the top where the optimism turns to belief, thrill, and euphoria. Those emotions start kicking in when price almost moves like a normal bear retrace. But once we move on to the other side of things, your complacency, anxiety, denial, these are very fast. So you'll have people, traders and out there with deep pockets that will actually just short the market, where the argument is that a short pays you way quicker. I can get probably the same amount of percentage gain on a short that I would for a long, but in a third or half of the time. So if I want to measure the risk of taking a trade, the chances that things go wrong here is much more because I'm in the market for longer as opposed to there I'm in the market for shorter. And it brings us to this Gann rule. And this Gann rule works beautifully, guys. I want to show you this. Okay. So let's look at this last little move. And I'm using it because it basically happens everywhere. You can go and utilize this on daily, the weekly, and. Okay. So when we want to try and identify things, what you need to do is first thing is go get that time fib. Slash it on the bottom and on the top of any impulse that's got a clearly line defined break. Okay, so this is probably where the trend broke. You can see there, and then finally broke. Okay, so that is the high point, that is the low point. That's where the trend broke. Okay, so if I now take this fib line, this time fib, and I could probably make the 1 nice and bright so you can see it, or the 0 and the 1 nice and bright so you can see it. And you go to a 1.5. So what does that mean? It means that 50% of the time for the impulse from 0 to 1, that's normally when the bottom is in on the retrace. And look at that. Lo and behold, there's the reline. So let's make the line maybe green and nice and thick so you can see what I mean by that. So that's just normal time analysis. That's some Gann magic your way. So it tells you that the objective for this is reached, and at that stage smash the take profit. In addition to this, what does this also tell us? It normally does a 50% retrace. So I'm going to then again take it from top to bottom, and I'm going to just switch on this 50% fib, and there you have confluence in time and price. So if you know something like this immediately, and you know that you need to be looking for this, immediately it puts you miles ahead of anybody else trying to find their feet in the market. Wouldn't you agree? So let's take this information and wind up the time and go and look at the weekly. Look at our alts, because they're dumping and they're feeling horrible. And Bitcoin is, I'm saying it's bullish, and you clearly disagree. There's 170 people joining in live. Clearly a disagreement what I'm saying and what is there. So let's go and have a look at those alts. So I'm going to bring up the alts real quick. Okay. So let's take Cardano. Oh, well, let's have a look at your alts. Throw a few my way. Let's have a look. We've got Filecoin, 50% drawdown. Probably I haven't looked at Filecoin. Let's do that. Filecoin. First thing, top, bottom. We're below the 50 at this instance, okay? But let's have a look at the time. So what do you need to do? You need to wait probably a few more days or a few more weeks, because Filecoin will probably only start recovering from that point onwards. Okay, so this one's a little bad. I mean, I don't script these things, guys. I try and keep it as honest and as straightforward to that, so that you guys don't feel like we move. Let's have a look at comp real quick. Okay, so what do we have? We've got an entire move there. We've got, so where's the low? There's the low. There's the high. It's a little, this one's a little tricky. There's the low. There's the high. It's probably there, so it's probably still needs a little bit of time. You can try and cook the books if you want, but I mean, I'm trying to look at the low to the high. Simple as that. Then we're trying to look for at least 50% of the retrace. So we've overshot. So all these alts aren't just ready to do what? To trend up. They have overcorrected to a point. So they're cheap now. They're not just undervalued, but they're cheap as well. So it means that these are all coins that we're really interested to buy. Now, why is this? Let's have a look at this. Why is this? Upper range. From the upper range, we create the test of the low to make sure that that's the lower range. Then we're going to try and stay in midpoint somewhere, and then that's the area that price needs to stay above. Simple as that. It's a good time to buy this, guys. Okay, so simple as that. Let's have a look at what Garth has to say. Do you scale your limit orders in and go in with more dry powder the closer you get to invalidation? Garth, so the way that I look at this is I cheat every time. It's trading. The whole system is rigged if you think about it. So you need to cheat as well. So what I would do is I work on the principles of what Wycoff does. So Wycoff basically tells you this. Okay, so there is phase A. So we've changed our character. Okay, and then this is phase B. So the argument is that there is a shakeout event. So we leave the range. The rule says basically you leave the range really quickly and you get back in the range. And normally that will also be coincided with some sort of a divergence of sorts. So you have your strong bullish divergence. So there's your phase C. Now, so phase B ends as the shakeout occurs. So let's, where's that line? So your phase B ends. Now, phase B is called building the cause. So this is where price either reaccumulates or redistributes or accumulates or distributes. So there's 4 conditions. Now, what is those 4 conditions? Simple. Accumulation, and if it does this, reaccumulation until it distributes. And if it keeps on dumping low and there's a lateral range, that's a redistribution. Simple as that. So basically just more sellers are coming in, and the price drops in that sense. So what have we done now? We have gone through an accumulation. Now, don't take my word for it. The way that I look at this is, I said, long gone is the time for me where I start analyzing each volume bar and trying to identify what this means and that means, and stop that bullshit. Try and make it simple for yourself. I made it simple for myself, and it works. I say, it's a lateral range, okay? I know this. And what's going to happen within a lateral range? It's either going to break down or it's going to break up. We know this. So treat the bottom, the top, as bearish, because if you're wrong at the cheapest moment in price. Oops. And it will probably retest that at some stage. So you can buy back in, okay? And you treat the bottoms as you're bullish, because if you're wrong again, what happens? It will come and retest. Now, it's a given. This is the danger if you're bullish. If that is the bottom you were bullish and you hold until forever, you might need to take a very long time or a very big break before you get your exit. That's why this shit dumped again, right? So price will always try and do what? Fill these gaps. So it doesn't let you know when. It probably can take its own time. The market can stay wrong for longer than you can stay solvent. That's the reality. But it's done that now. So now what is it going to do? It's going to go and look for more buyers. So maybe when our phase C happened And we were looking at this. I mean, we were really bullish. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being that. We're saying that this is now phase E, meaning that we now need to stay above this lateral range to go on higher, okay? But it's not doing that. We're falling back in. So yes, this is a phase E, but it's a failed. So now what is happening? Phase C moves over. B gets longer, okay? Because now we have yet another phase C that needs to occur. How will that phase C occur? Let's just mark this out. Through ways of a last point of supply, more sideways. So if you do this, guys, real quick, and you Google accumulation, okay, let's just add Wycoff there. Okay, you're going to find that there's two types of schematics. Okay, schematic number 2, and let's do this. Schematic number 2, last point of supply. So we probably tried to break out, and we failed. We fell right back in, so it's going to go to the midpoint again. And then there's schematic number 1. Let's see if I can quickly pick it up. Schematic number 1, which is this one. We have a spring, it goes, and then it just runs. And you will never know forward looking which of which it's going to be. There's always going to be that little bit of a guess. So now that we have fallen back in, it just becomes more obvious that probably we're going to be using schematic number 2. The hardest thing, though, is, see the previous low where we said phase C, this is now part of your phase B. The longer the accumulation, the bigger the payday. That's the reality about this. And the last point of supply is the hardest thing, because at the moment, those that were really bullish, that thought we were going to go, they got taken out. So there's not a lot of buyers, last point of supply. So it's a last little bit of weak hands being gobbled up, and then we will go. So that's just typically how these works. So let's get back to this one. So now what could potentially happen is just that. Now let's look at what's the most probable support level. Right there. Why? Price confirmed that zone the most. So if we move back to candles, what am I saying? 50% of the wick is a buy. Now if you're still in it and you didn't take profit, that's okay, because you're investing your long-term play. There's the buy. There's confluence around that. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. If there's anything from anybody else, let's quickly have a look at the comments. RMRK is severely underwater. Let's go and have a look at RMRK. Let's see what we can do for you there, buddy. I should probably maybe select a exchange. Let's go to KuCoin. Now, the first thing that I see when it loads like that, well, now it's loading better. Okay. Let's head over here. Why do we go to the line tool? Because we just want to have a look and see if we can identify divergence a little bit easier. Okay, that's just makes it easier. Me and Ari there. So look at that. Look at that. Look at this. So it's underwater, but it's saying to me, when I'm looking at this from a risk point of view, that being underwater is probably now putting it into a into a price bracket that's not just making it cheap, it's making it undervalued and cheap. Two different things. Cheap can always get cheaper. Undervalued means that there's a higher value to this. So this is not going to be around forever. And that's what strong bullish divergence tries to achieve. So if you look at this on the weekly time frame, there needs to be more pain. We need more pain. It's not there yet. It's on its way. Now, how you would normally mark this out, you would say to yourself, okay, there's the closing price on this pivot here. And I'm trying to wait for what? Price to go into this zone and close there. Now, I gave you guys so many buys when we were in the last bearish cycle, when we had like 300 views as well. YouTube was quiet. And that was our Cardanos and our big caps, our ETH. All those buys, what did we do? We were down here. We had those same buys, okay? We had the same for a lot of them. And it's just that, okay? So we're trying to buy the bottom here, so it has to look horrible. Simple as that. If it's looking amazing, you're doing it wrong. Okay, so let's get back to this coin, RMRK. KuCoin, wrong one, RMRK. There we go. So sell off a little bit more. Now you guys tell me, show me a gone fib. Well, the gone fib in the end of the day is my take profit fib. But what is it trying to achieve? It's, in short, I'm looking for a wave on wave divergence that's telling me that we're reaching the top. Now, what does that mean? When you looked at BTC here on the monthly, it's within wave divergence. But if it's on the weekly, we've got wave on wave divergence, or wave set on wave set divergence. Okay, there you have it. And then the argument is, if I then apply my gone fib, so there to there, that's when you start selling. And only if we break through that, that's where the invalidation is. Then we're going to go higher. So for this instance, for the monthly, you had to be willing to carry 39% risk. Shitty, huh? Okay. And that's it. That's the reality. Now let's scale this thing down. Let's go daily time frame, and then we're going to take this back to the alts. Okay. What do we have here? Divergence to divergence. So what do? Gone fib that shit. Oops. Sell. Okay. What do I have here? Divergence to divergence. So if you take your emotion out of play and forget about whether everybody else is bullish and whether the whole fucking rest of the market is in agreement, and you just look at the current fact, the technical analysis factors, just like that was a brilliant time to sell today, if you think about it. And it was a horrible time to do that on that day because people were disagreeing and saying you're an imbecile. We were basically shunned off when we said anything bearish. Okay. I'm saying the same for you guys now. The weekly, we're still intact. Okay. And alts like these are about to do just that. Okay. There you have it. AVAX. Let's have a look at AVAX. Now, I did AVAX, I think, during the week as well. So let's do that. AVAX, this is the buy zone for AVAX. Let's mark it out. What do we have? Trend down, upper end of the range. The risk is AVAX can still go to that red zone. At the moment, AVAX does have what? Hidden bullish divergence. So what do I want to buy? I want to buy panic, but I just don't want to buy panic that panics and continues on panic. Remember that thing where we said, buy when there's blood in the streets, but just make sure they stop shooting? Same thing here. Just make sure they stop shooting, which means you're going to have to take some risk. You have to go out and see if there's nobody with bullets left, okay? So you can't just say, well, okay, I'll wait too long. If you wait long enough, you know, it's you're going to miss the move, okay? It's now the time to take the risk, okay? The risk there, 31. Really good risk. Where did we sell? We sold there and there. That was the gone fib telling you get the hell out. So come on, it was an amazing play. All right. My gone fib doesn't show those settings. Yes, those settings are shared in the Discord, guys. So get to the other side. It's not paid. All you need to do is just a little bit of effort. Get yourself there. Everything is in there. Simple as that. Okay, let's see. Karura, if you have time. Cam, let's have a look at Karura. So I hope that Crypto Talk, your AVAX is sorted. Let's have a look at Karura and then let's see. Karura. Okay, let's see. Gate.io will probably be quick to list it and probably have the most liquidity for now. Now, don't have hidden bullish divergence, has hidden bullish divergence. But now the trick with this is I'm looking for wave on wave, and that is it's a crazy little pivot there. So it's 50-50 in that sense, which makes it hard. So now let's not try and overthink things, let's simplify things and say to ourselves, there and there is critical support. Now there is critical support only if it holds where it's at now. So if you want to be a genius and maybe reward yourself 2-6 months from now saying, it was awesome, now is you need to take a chance. statistically, there's a better chance there. Okay. What happened the last time this thing dumped hard? Okay. So it dumped hard. It created resistance there. Let's put back the candles. Dumped hard. What did it do? It basically gave you an opportunity to get out of your bad position. That's why this thing sold. And why doesn't always touch that quick? Because people start front running themselves. So it's still trending down. That's what this is doing. It's trending down, but it's beginning its path for accumulation. And this path is based on the fact that if we have a look at our BTC, this chart, I've moved my stuff around. I was struggling. If you have a look at this, Bitcoin has surpassed the previous all-time high, but it's not closed above it yet. It still needs time, okay? We've passed the halving. We need to close a monthly above the all-time high. So we still have 4 days left for this to close above the previous all-time high. Okay? Well, we actually have. Screw that. We've already done that once. Okay? So that's it. Now, then we're probably going to be ready to go. And only then, once those two conditions are locked in, and we're at that month, that's when alt season starts. When was it the last time around? Let's have a look at that. There we passed all-time high, closed right there, okay? Then alt season kicked in, dominance dropped off. Oops, don't move that line. There we go. Halving, all-time high, then the dominance kicked in. Let me just line up those lines so you can see them. Once we pass that, that's when the dominance starts dropping. So we at that point, guys, you have to be bullish. You can't sit around. The fact that there's so little people here, that's why they're never going to make it. Okay. So there you have it. Okay. So with this one, back to this one. It's either going to be here or there, and it's on the basis that there is the last time the argument was made whether this is going to go up or down. Now, you're wanting to try and define that there's a trend at some sorts it needs to hold. But we know what trend is. It's just a line selling you an expectation, keeping you hooked. Okay, so just keep an eye on that. Okay, second to last one. Yep. I'm gonna go Binance. Let's quickly have a look at this one. Okay. Now, what do you want to do? Sold day. So where do you want to buy this? This is going through a bear cycle. Okay, where do you want to buy this? There. Okay. Let's go to a smaller time frame. Right there. Where's the gap? There's a gap there. So when's the last time for liquidity that got missed to kind of get captured there? Now, what will happen if that price falls below this level here? You can see it's nearly almost at the same point. Look at where the RSI is. So hopefully we will have this strong bullish divergence with the wick somewhere in there. Okay. Time to be bullish. Time to be bullish, guys. This is the time when everybody should be here, not when it's at the top. Okay, let's have a look at VChain. Go back to the weekly time frame. Just don't believe the power of the 887. Now I've taken it away. 0.887. There you go. Resistance is trying to turn it into support. Simple as that. Okay. That's the area where you want to buy. So this thing overcorrected itself. Okay. And that's it. Now what do we have? Hidden bullish divergence. Low, low. It can be retracing all the way down to that level. From where's that? 3 cents all the way to 2 cents and still be bullish. Okay. Sign of strength. There you have it. There you have it. Well, fingers crossed. It needs to stay there. Then we know that strength. That's risk. You're never going to get it without risk, my friends. Okay. 34 minutes in. I think let's call it a week. It's been a tough one. Let's be honest. Let's cut through the bullshit here. It's never fun when stuff goes down. These altcoins have now really, taken the excitement out of the bull market as such. Okay. There's more confidence already. You can see there, 38.2618. It's golden ratio buy zone, and it's above that pivot. But the fact is, these altcoins have taken a lot of excitement out of the market. The worrying thing, though, is yesterday's GDP figures came in quite low, but it's the advance estimate. It's an election year. Statistically speaking, the election year in the US will always have a really good economy. So don't think that there won't be some sort of something happening to try and get that up again. They want a strong economy during the election year. This means that the interest rates need to remain high. As long as it remains high, the market won't be spooked. If the market's not spooked, legacy buy the dip moments like from the Dow Jones, there's divergence, but we're still above the pivot. It means that this is by the fucking dip season, this thing's going to go. Why? Well, where's the last time we had divergence? There to there. Price retraces and then goes on. We've not broken any trends here. It's going up. Okay. Same for the S&P 500. Same for the NASDAQ. All these, they've just done all-time highs. If you can only do yourself one solid is buy the highs, sell the lows. Something that goes up will tend to continue on going up until it doesn't. Simple as that. Okay. Yes, it doesn't give you a straight answer. It doesn't tell you, okay, but if it goes there, sell, because that's what we want. We all want that. But it just doesn't work that way. Okay. Sentiment. The price is doing the opposite what the sentiment's doing. And it's amazing because when the bus is full, it doesn't move. Okay. Right, guys, that's everything that we have time for today. JJ Doc says, thank you. Thanks, JJ Doc. Steve. Andy on base. Maybe, Ashton, VRTX. Let's quickly have a look at those two. Let's do two more. Should I do two more? Okay, let's do two more. Let's just quickly I can stretch 2 more minutes. Let's do that. Okay. VRTX. I'll probably get more on KuCoin. See, there was a gate IO. This is a wait. Stay away and wait. You shouldn't be in this. Okay. Simple. A while ago, I made a list. I shared it with everybody in the Discord. This is all the Bybit pairings. And this list looks like this. Head over to the Discord and go get it there. Okay. The wait list. If you click on them, they all look like this. I want them, but I need to wait before I can grab them. Look at them. Look at them. They all look like that. It's a leave it alone till later list. Okay. And that one is exactly one of those. Just wait a little bit longer. It's not ready yet. It's price discovering its way to its floor where it's going to go through accumulation. Okay. And then let's have a look at Andy and NDY. Maxi. Let's see, Maxi. Same thing. Wait. Just wait. Nothing more to say there. There's no hope, no nothing. This thing is price discovering its way down, which means the bottom is going to look something like this before it goes. Oh, whoop, whoop. You'll have that one-day pump with a crazy wick that looks like that. You never know. The market can always surprise you. But it's simple. All you need to do is switch there. You can see where is support. At some stage, price will go there at least before it goes and tests the lows and goes. Okay. Simple as that. But it's a wait for me. I don't want to buy this. This is trending down. This is giving me horrible signal. Okay. There from Danny. Yes, Mr. Danny. The US government will cook the books. We got to capitalize. Bull bear cycle year election could be a gift. It's simple as that. The market, just like a dip, keeps on dipping, although nobody's who the hell is selling? So a pump keeps on pumping. Who the hell is buying? It's simple as that. Okay. Low network activity means that a little bit of liquidity that enters the market can do wonders to the price and drive the price around. Okay. Whoopie whoop. We've already did a Cardano and we haven't done a Celestia. Maybe what we can do is, I think I've got the thing charted already. I'll just click on it. One more click and then we're going to call it a day. Where is my Celestia hiding? Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm almost there. There's Celestia. Okay. So where did we buy? We bought there. Where did we sell? We sold there. Where did we want to sell? There. So what did Celestia teach us? Again, when do you worry? Let's do this. Okay. And let's take away all the other technical analysis because it's kind of now, I'll leave the old buy zones and stuff there so you guys can just keep record of what it is. Okay, simple. Okay, pivot, pivot, pivot. Okay, simple to identify. Now let's put a horizontal line. What did price do? It stayed above the bearish divergence. So you ignore, you buy the bloody dip. It worked there, okay? And then what did it do? It created yet another bearish divergence. We used the GAN to identify that zone. Because if price is not going to leave the range, that's the turning point. Okay, and we said sell your asses there. Okay, and then we went back down to the lows, and I said, well, now we could try and buy and see if we can make a higher high, and it didn't. It failed. So we were lucky. We failed. We lost the level. Tested that buy zone, which it always does. It gives you that second chance. You get the hell out, and that's it. Now, what is this thing doing? Look at that RSI. We need this RSI to start doing this before we know. This is prices going. Celestia's dead to me now from a technical analysis point of view. Don't care about it. Okay. There you have it. Yeah, meme coin. But technical analysis does not discriminate between a coin that's got insanely high. And let me just go through what Steve is saying. It's a meme. Andy, that coin, is a meme coin, so it will be risky. And remember this, whether it's Bitcoin or a meme coin, technical analysis does not discriminate. If it tells you that the risk is in one party's favor higher than the other side, you bet you that there's going to be players trying to capitalize on that. And that's all that we try and identify. Okay, guys, we're 41 minutes in on a Friday. I wanted to try and keep it light. It's always so heavy and serious here, but yeah, well, that's kind of what it is. We're working with our money. So yeah, if you want the content to trend, then please do me a solid, make the content trend. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it with people. Let's help grow the community with serious people. I don't want hot, good time hodlers trying to get in on a call and then, that's irrelevant. I'm not here for them. I'm here for the guys that wants to do it right, that really needs this to work and want to make a change in their own life. That's why I'm here for. I struggle. I didn't have a YouTube channel when I started trading. I had to bump my head on every bloody mistake I did. That's why we're here. That's why we want to do this. Okay. Money's not a problem if you don't have any. Huh? Amazing. Your life is sorted, my friend. There, Vishal, been here since day one. Thanks so much, my friend. Really appreciate the support and staying loyal and watching. There we have it, guys. You have a lovely day. Remember to get your Prime deal. Okay, get the Prime. Get yourself to the other side of the Discord. Or you need to go to the Discord. Go to the navigation button. Get the free trial. Do this. It's engineered so it's not going to cost you a cent. But in this space, there's no scammers, there's no bots, there's no nothing. And every time there's a question from anybody, this is Danny's question from this morning, yesterday there, I can come on and I can help you, give you a decent enough answer for that so that you can actually, learn something. You have a lovely day and enjoy your weekend. I'm going to be cycling my butt off this weekend. Got a massive cycle race, so I'm not going to be in front of the charts. So my hope is that this Bitcoin trade that we have is going to find some sort of a floor and we can hit another buy somewhere in there. I don't know where before that. And that's it. That's all we can do. And just as maybe a closing thought, I'm rambling on now, but as a closing thought, the last 3 weekends got met or left with CME gaps each time, guys. So why will the trend change? Remember now, this is going to do this until it stops doing it. Now, where's my CME gap chart? I should never move them around because as soon as I do it, I forget where I put them. There we go. So what happened the last time round? Over the weekend, when you look at the CME, just look at the daily. Don't go in any other time frame, okay? This was where we filled the gap. This entire move was off a gap because remember, Bitcoin did this. And then Monday morning, we opened there and we pumped, and I said, there's a gap there. Okay. And when you look at this, there's no other real big gap, but the point and figure gives us a better clue because the CME is not reliable always. That's why I use the point and figure. Those volatility areas, you can see there, swing zone, the first one, swing zone. So we can still go there and we can still go there. So this is my play for the weekend. I'm trying to hunt for a long to try there and potentially there because we're range bound. This can stay this way for how long, okay? And remember, look at those gaps. They get filled. Okay, gaps like those, they get filled. It's a destination map. I at least know it's going to want to be there at some stage. So I just need to be patient enough to wait for that. And while this all plays out, your alts might go into some good buy zones. Remember, they've got their own unique emotional market cycle. Don't overthink things. Look at them. Look at the zone. Take the risk. As simple as that. And without risk, you won't have your reward. And there was a question a little bit earlier about laddering in. Yes, you buy a little bit now. You buy a little bit next week. You buy a little bit next month. You don't ladder in a day's time. You buy a little bit now. You buy a little bit next week. You buy a little bit next month. You make sure the trend is there. Simple as that. When you sell a little bit now. You sell a little bit next week. You sell a little bit next month. This is the scope of the time frame we're looking at. None of these ladderings should be within that price, and that price. You're screwing yourself. You're just buying. Simple as that. Okay. Now I'm going to say goodbye for reals. For reals this time. There you go, guys. You have a lovely one. And chat to you on Monday. Cheers. Yeah, and Peter is already away on holiday. So now I need to get the right button.